94 all the way through. We've divided the 47 cars into 5 different heat races tonight. After qualifying and the heat races are completed, the top 20 in night 1 preliminary points are going to lock into the main event. We're going to go 30 laps. We'll do a 24-car A main event tonight. We'll take 4 from the B. And the top 16 cars on points will be inverted. So high point car will start 16th in the A main event tonight. The A main is worth 200 points to win, 198 for second, 196 for third on down. There are no passing points in any of the races here. If a points tiebreaker is needed for the lineup, we're going to use the driver's qualifying time to break the tie for those who are locking in and for their starting position. And any tie that happened in qualifying was just broken by the recorded second lap time. We have to thank our sponsors for our laps coming up on Saturday night. The Dirt Cup A main pays $300 for a lap led, $200 to run second, and $100 for third. And our laps are sponsored by the National Sprint Car Hall of Fame, Northwest Propane, Wilson's Tie Construction, Four Seasons Landscaping, JY Industries, Bartech, Steve Beitler, the Angel of the Winds Casino Resort, Insight Tear-Offs by Ultra Shield, Green White Checkered Media, Shark Racing Engines, Skagit Farmer Supply, Spaney Buildings, America On-Site Services, Four Seasons Landscaping, Rednell Ventures, 5-8 Sports Shirts, Blue Cow Car Wash, PGH Excavating, Heavy Duty Transaxle, Ultra Shield Race Products, Elliott's Custom Trailers, Northwest Propane, Hillier Industries, FloRacing and Rudine Racing, C&G Racing, MedStar Dirt Track Rescue, the Race Routine Foundation, Avalon Golf Links, Waste Management, the ASCS Frontier Region, Run Good Life, 210 Brewing Company, K-Pro Auto, NW Trucking, Angel of the Winds Casino Resort, Ford Performance, NW Propane, and Freedom Fireworks. Well, we are spoiled, finally. Finally got him out from whatever duties had him busy up. Is that what it was?
Yeah.
No.
I told Kev and John I come out for retirement a couple times a year just for them.
Sure you do. Well, Blake Anderson jumps into the booth and jumps onto the FloRacing broadcast now. Blake, welcome in, buddy. What a fun start to Dirt Cup so far.
Oh, it is a great way to kick it off. A great crowd. A lot happening this week. Yesterday was a huge success with the golf tournament and our kickoff party over at Railroad Pub. Of course, we have the pre-race party on Saturday. Caleb Hart autograph session going on that night because tomorrow night, Caleb Hart fan club night.
No.
There's the one hit for you, Caleb.
No,
but,
you.
Yeah, man.
You're
what a
going to pay
beautiful
for that.
night. Yeah, I know.
That's fine.
What a beautiful night, though. A great crowd. We appreciate all you guys coming out tonight. The biggest Dirt Cup in a long time,
yeah.
Payday-wise.
What a great field, too, as the quality is already here, and you look at it. A couple of the guys you expected to be up on top towards the points are right there with Trey Starks and Jason Solwald from our locals. Danny Sams III cutting a really good lap in third quick already. Schlockfelt and Boguski rounding out the top 5. Heath, Marks, Holmes, Peck, and Sanders all up in the top 10, but the heat races are going to be huge here because you still got to keep adding points just to make the A main tonight at Skagit Speedway.
And the heat races, you were talking about it earlier, Caleb. We kind of flipped the script, do the big invert, make these guys earn it a little bit, makes things fun for you race fans. The drivers maybe don't love it because they really got to work hard, but us race fans, we get to sit up top and watch these guys put on a show.
It is a big heat race every time. They're going 10 laps tonight as opposed to our traditional 8, and we are ready to fire them off and let them go. Your lineup for heat race number 1 at Skagit Speedway tonight. And it looks like this. On the pole for this one out of Kenai, Alaska, it's the 1M of Mike Brown. To his outside from Clovis, California in the 10, it's Dominic Gordon. Row number 2 from Alice Springs, Northern Territory, the 21T of James McFadden. And to his outside, the former NARC champion, the 88N of DJ Netto. Third row, our former Trek champion here at Skagit Speedway, and Eric Fisher. He's in the 26. To his outside from Cobble Hill, BC, the 21, the former Dirt Cup champion of Robbie Price. Fourth row with the 8-car invert in the heat race. That's right, 8-car invert. Colton Heath, multiple-time track champion to the inside in the 1C. And your high point scorer so far, Trey Starks, the 55, starting in the 8th spot out of Puyallup. Final row, Greg Otis to the inside out of Burlington. He is in the 9. And to his outside, Arlington, Washington's Chris Bullock. It is 10 cars. It is 10 cars times a round here at Skagit Speedway in Heat Race 1.
I'm ready to roll.
First time I'll get to sit here in a second.
Yeah,
This will be
grab
kind
me a
of
seat, Caleb Hart. It's tough.
We're in an adventure tonight. Big crowd, lots of cars, great field from the Focus midges as well. Really looking forward to this, and appreciate everybody tuning in on FloRacing wherever they are. Dirt Cup free with your subscription to Flo. So you get every Kubota High Limit Racing Series race. You get everything from USAC. You get the Tulsa Shootout. You get the Chili Bowl. You get the Snowball Derby. And now you get 3 nights of Dirt Cup. That's right.
Stuck with us at all the Tulsa events. Caleb, something to think about here, that a change at Skagit Speedway as of a couple of weeks ago that a lot of these drivers haven't seen, and some of the 410 drivers, our locals, haven't seen, is a berm. We built a berm about 3 weeks ago, and it's been in action for the last 2 360 races. So the 410 guys, if they haven't run a 360, they haven't seen the berm here at Skagit Speedway. It's about 18 inches to 2 feet tall and turns 1 and 2 and 3 and 4.
Now, a lot of these drivers have run the 360 as well, so they have a little bit of experience with it. But at the same time, in talking to a guy like Justin Youngquist, that berm is making a gigantic difference in the way this track runs. More than once, we had a car or two going 4 down to the apron to try to make a pass. Not going to be able to do that anymore without significantly upsetting the car.
And something new, for the first time ever, the Ford Performance Ford Bronco on the racetrack, our new pace truck, debuting here tonight at Dirt Cup.
That's right. Big thank you to Ford Performance. That thing debuted yesterday at the Dirt Cup party, and now making its first official laps as the pace vehicle here at Skagit Speedway. Very cool.
All right, Caleb Hart, here we go.
Oh, boy.
Buckle up tight, buddy boy.
That's right. Mike Brown and Dominic Gordon have a big job to do. The 1M and the 10. They'll lead them on down. McFadden and Netto, Fisher and Price, Heath and Starks, Otis and Bullock for the first official race of Dirt Cup as they settle in to turn number 3. And here comes Brown and Gordon. Off the 4th turn. Dirt Cup starts now. Gordon's so good last year on Friday night, jumps to the early lead, and James McFadden knows he's got some points to make up after qualifying quickly into position 2 for McFadden.
Yeah, qualifying for J-Mac didn't go how he wanted. The Australian champion on the move, though. He was on a tear in the fastest 5 days, but look at the battle there. DJ Netto on the move, and he had a strong early part of the season go, has led NARC points for a good majority of the season.
Put one on its lid, 2 straight nights in the fastest 5 days coming through Dirt Cup. He is here now. He is running 3rd, as out in front it is McFadden sitting in the 2nd spot. Dominic Gordon up in the top spot. Netto 3rd. Battle back further as Starks trying to come forward, looking to the outside of the 26 of Fisher.
Yeah, Trey Starks going to work on Eric Fisher. That's a battle for the 5th spot. Keep in mind, Starks, the fast timer, he is working to rack up some of those points, and he's bringing Robbie Price with him in the 21P. And Caleb, how many times has Robbie Price pounded on the door of a win here at Skagit this year?
Yeah, his luck needs to flip. He is awfully due in the worst ways. You get a look at the top 3 once again. Gordon, McFadden, and Netto, all California or California-based cars at the front of this field, as McFadden making the haul over and trying to close in on Dominic. He's got 4 to go and could do something with him if he narrowed that gap.
You mentioned it, Dominic Gordon. Boy, did he have a statement last year on Friday night at Dirt Cup, and he came back during the 360 Nationals at the end of July and whooped our tails at the end of the month for 15 grand. Oh, Eric Fisher, hang on.
Yeah, contact with Colton Heath on the way by, and there goes Stark. Stark says, I'll take the free spot, no problem. So up and through, and actually that was Mike Brown with the contact. As we come down, it's just a couple of laps to go, and McFadden's getting close. Gordon, better be careful.
Yeah, Gordon caught the berm off of turn number 2, and here comes James McFadden. McFadden down to 2 car lengths off of turn number 4. James McFadden roping in, but Caleb Hart does he have? Oh my, big Mike Brown in the wall hard.
Huge collision coming out of the 4th corner, and you saw it live on the video. They caught all of that big-time shot down the straightaway.
Good to see Mike Brown moving around inside the Highline Aviation 1M. Leah Brown, the car owner. Skagit safety team quickly on the scene, Caleb Hart.
Our safety workers drill for this all the time, and that is the best possible news is a driver getting out of the car under his own power. Mike Brown complete with the arm restraints, tethering his arms together. Here, help me out, guys. It can be a little bit hard to climb out when you can't move your arms independently of each other.
How about a round of applause for the safety team quickly on the scene there? Kind of a tough spot for them to get to, but they were there quickly. Good to see Mike Brown out of the car under his own power, chatting away with the safety team. Both kids here, Caden and Soph. Mike, he flies down from Kenai, Alaska weekly to run with us, owns a couple cars. His other car that he owns in this, he and his wife Leah own in this heat race, Colton Heath, a multi-time 360 track champion. Colton hopped in the Dines 45 last year, driving for Matt and Lisa Dines, and picked up a win for them, their first win as a team. And then two weeks ago, the most recent 410 sprint car race here, the Dines 95, was in victory lane with Justin Youngquist behind the wheel. His first career 410 sprint car win, so a lot of momentum for them heading in to Dirt Cup. James McFadden coming to life. He's started third. He's up to second, and he'll have a green-white checkered coming to see if he can get by Dominic Gordon. Gordon started second. He's up into the lead. Trey Starks from 8th up to 4th, racking up points as the high pointman coming into this one. And Eric Fisher started 5th, currently rides in the 5th spot. Keep in mind, the 210 Brewing food truck is in the house. If you're looking for some food, all of our concession stands have one at the start-finish line behind the Section D in turn number 4, and then the 210 food truck is out in the midway. And make sure you get our new 210 Skagit Speedway Hazy IPA selling quickly that we just debuted last night at our railroad kickoff party. Dirt Cup shirts selling fast.
I know you've been to the 210 Brewing Company for food. I know you've been to the Angel of the Winds. They have a thing called Carolina fries there, which is fry. I want to say there was some bacon on it, such like that, with a Carolina barbecue sauce.
Also, the vinegar-based
yeah.
I lived in North Carolina for 2 years
Those
out of college.
Good stuff. You know, the 210 food truck has a thing called Thai fries.
Those have been popular.
Eric List went and got some for us, and it was hard not to eat the entire thing. Reasonably priced and absolutely delicious. So if you got a second, go swing by the food truck and grab the Thai fries. They are Skagit Speedway endorsed.
And 50-50 tonight, Skagit Valley Eagles.
That's
Mel
right.
Decker in the house.
Oh, selling 50-50.
Selling 50-50. He might take a picture with you.
You could get your 50-50 tickets from the legend.
Himself,
yes. It's a thing. I like
Washington IMCA state champion, Melvin.
Who apparently is not retired from racing yet.
No, he told me not retired. Thought about it, but not retired. But Mel, yeah, stop down and get your 50-50 tickets from the Skagit Valley Eagles.
Well, while we wait for the track to clear and push back off, should be a green-white checkered restart. It's going to be our fans' first look at the Interstate Batteries outrageously dependable restart zone.
But tell me how that, because our restart zone works a little different than most tracks, Caleb Hart.
It does. It's the back straightaway, and you guys see that section of the back straightaway that's got that lovely green painted on it?
Painted by Randy Frank.
That's right, videographer extraordinaire. At the beginning of the green, the Interstate Batteries outrageously dependable restart zone is where we restart our races. There we go. Easy enough. That is where you can restart the race. The leader has the option anywhere in that green painted section to get back on the throttle. If he does not get back on the throttle by the time the green section ends, the race is going to start without him. So anywhere between that green is where the leader can go, and then they have to squeeze in between what will be the orange cone and the outside wall. Similar to your front straightaway restarts where the cone is out. Can't hit the cone. You cannot go underneath the cone. And you cannot have your front tires up to the rear tires of the car in front of you. You do any of that, you'll be penalized in the next race stoppage whenever it is. The big difference is, once they get past the cone in the back straightaway, it's game on. And you will see this field fan out and make big moves coming into turn 3 and turn 4. It is the Interstate Batteries outrageously dependable restart zone on the back straightaway restart, unique to Skagit Speedway. And that is going to be an absolute blast with the Car-Mart 410 sprint cars all weekend long. We love it.
It's wild.
Yes. More than just a rental store, Birch Equipment has the largest selection of equipment in Northwest Washington. Bigger equipment, longer reach, local, bigger, better. Visit birchequipment.com for more information. Also let you guys know our charity of choice here at Skagit Speedway is one close to our hearts. It's the Racer Dean Foundation, collaborating with community organizations to bridge the gaps in the system of care when addressing addiction. Racer Dean Foundation, trying to remove the silos in our system to encourage a more comprehensive approach when addressing the disease of addiction. You can find out more at racerdean.org. Racer Dean spelled RAYCERUDEEN.org.
We have a local celebrity in the stands tonight, too, over in Section G.
Really?
Kirk Kappen, former Sportsman Sprint winner, Kirk Kappen in the house.
What?
Yeah.
That's a long time ago in a land far away. Well, the media is out in force as well here today. Sean in the Dirt was here, the Northwest #1 racing podcast.
You were just on it.
I was.
Yeah,
He helping us preview Dirt Cup. Joseph Terrell is here for Sprint Car Unlimited, getting the stories and writing them all down. I like reading Joseph's work.
Do too.
Benjamin Gust, a local writer, is here as well. I'm trying to get Dirt Tracker to come on down, but
come on, Justin.
Yeah, no such luck. Well, Justin's a long ways away, but
but he's from the Pacific Northwest.
There you go. Right.
I'll have to make some calls and do some.
You know a guy. Yeah, you know a guy.
I worked with him for 2 years. He was about 10 feet behind my cubicle. Spent a lot of time in his office. Well, the Ford Performance Skagit Speedway Ford Bronco back out on the racetrack with 2 to go here in heat race number 1.
Back straightaway restart coming up.
You know what tastes good right now? A nice cold Coors Light.
Beer.
Yeah, beer.
Available at the North Beach Beer Garden.
And the main beer garden behind, if you're new here and you haven't ever been to our beer garden, it's between section F and G. You walk in, between F and G down in turn 4. Man, I love that shot down the backstretch. It was up on the big screen there.
Or you can go see the wonderful Jessica at the beach tonight.
She's down at the beach tonight.
Yes.
Start-finish line. Snoop Dogg's there, too.
Get your pictures taken while you can.
Yeah.
So, drivers, clearing them out and getting them ready. Bronco will stay on the track, so we'll at least have one more time around. Gordon, your leader. It's 100 points for him if he can put them in his pocket. And he needs to do that. He did not get the time and effort that he was looking for. McFadden, same story. Both of them in the higher end of your heat race score right now, but the heat races are worth half what the main events are. So it's a chance to make better, but they still got to get them and add them, and may even end up still seeing those guys in B mains. We'll find out.
After this, I'll run the points behind us, and I'll bring my laptop in so you can give an update.
Like we need another laptop in here.
Yes, I know. Well,
desperately.
I'll hold it for you.
Thank you.
Space is at a premium here.
Right. Gordon, McFadden, Neto. They started 2-3-4. They're 1-2-3. Starks 8-4. Having a good night so far, and it can get better. Now, this first half lap does not count towards the lap total.
It's on the house.
That's right. And Stark's going to make the move up and around Neto. He'll take third on the restart. He's gunning for second underneath McFadden.
You have to think Trey Stark's using his Skagit Speedway expertise there on the restart to pick up a spot. And here it comes Colton Heath up on the high side, back in the pack, trying to shoot past Robbie Price to pick up a spot. And he'll do that. But how about Dominic Gordon holding him off down the backstretch, Caleb?
Gordon looking for 100 points. Put them in your pocket and go home. Gordon gets the W here in heat race number 1. Second is McFadden holding off. Starks 97 for him, 94 for Trey, 294 on the night for Trey Starks already. Look for him in the back rows of our 16 inverted A main event tonight. Dominic Gordon gets the win in our first heat race. Heat race number 2 is coming out. Neto was 4, Fisher ends up 5. No other massive movers throughout that heat race. As our second heat gets ready to go for the CarMart USA 410 Sprint Cars here at the Jim Raper Memorial Dirt Cup, presented by the Angel of the Winds Casino Resort. This is the 53rd time we have put Dirt Cup on the schedule. Blake back there helping tabulate the points. So, heat race number 2 will roll out. Push trucks in position, and they will fire engines from the pit area and make their way on out. Let's take a look. Starting lineup will flash up on your screen in just a second. On the pole, it's Braden Shiramonte. He's in the Tynerhurst Enterprises house car out of El Cajon, California, the 94 TH. To his outside, the former USAC Silver Crown National Champion out of San Jose, California, Bud Kading in the 29. Second row, it's the Maine Motorsports 35 KM from Harrisburg, Oregon, Tyler Thompson in that seat. And in his debut at Skagit Speedway in the Outman Motorsports number 7L, Deming Speedway superstar Colin Mackey from Bellingham, Washington starts 4th. It is the FK Shocks house car from Santa Rosa, California. Car number 4 in the inside of row number 3 is Joel Myers Jr. And to his outside from Langley, British Columbia, running his own car this weekend, the 77, is Levi Klatt, starting 6th. The Myerstown Missile, one of the Kubota High Limit Sprint Car Series high rollers, goes inside row number 4 from Myerstown, PA. Brent Marks starts 7th, and Jason Solwall, the most decorated driver in Skagit Speedway history, the 2015 Dirt Cup champion, will roll off 8th in the Shaylin Ray Motorsports number 18. Back row from Lewiston, Idaho, the 95R of Dan Reynolds. He's got the 9th place starting spot. Brett McGuy is scheduled to go outside row number 5, the former Sportsman Sprint champion. He did not fire for his time trial. He got out in hot lap, but did not fire for time trials. So see if McGuy can keep her up and make the call here from position number 10 here in the second heat. Again, 100 points up for grabs, 97 for second, 94 for third. If you're familiar with the Knoxville National scoring format, that's exactly the same point structure that we go through. All right, Blake, you have tabulated the first points. Trey Starks, we know, is number 1.
Yeah, Trey Starks at 294, then Colton Heath 275, Robbie Price 262, Eric Fisher 258, and DJ Netto 251, the top 5. And then it's James McFadden in 6th, Dominic Gordon 7th, Mike Brown 8th, Greg Otis 9th, and Chris Bullock 10th.
So it depends on how the rest of these heat races sequence out. We've got 5 heats total,
Yes.
but, I mean, right now you're betting on a McFadden and Gordon B main run.
Yeah, it's right in there, yeah, which will be exciting for us fans.
Yeah, it'll get tight. I mean, if you just averaged 3 cars a heat race, that locks in 15, right?
Yep.
So your top 3 out of that one are pretty close. And if you're outside the top 3 in points in your heat race, again, depending on how the heat races go and where the high scores come from.
Going to be in the top 20 when it's all said and done.
Yep, 16 make the invert. You definitely don't want to be
invert.
behind the invert. That's rough. But, hey, making the A main and not having to risk your equipment in the B main is a big part. I mean, we've got a little over a quarter-mile size track, and it's not exactly a super speedway in terms of width. Things happen very quick.
Yeah, it's boy, we've seen it happen all too many times this year, and that turn 4 can get vicious, and we saw it right there with Mike Brown in that heat race. It seems to kind of jump out and grab you sometimes.
So Braden Shiramonte sits on the pole of this one, and it is Bud Kading who's going to look to take him to school. Shiramonte has moved up through 600 ranks over the course of the last few years. Really good ride in the Tyner-Hurst Enterprise 94. Got to see Kyle down in the pit area earlier.
I talked to him for a minute. It was good to see him.
I think I saw Steven wrenching on the front of the car
I'm
at the
sure
same time.
I didn't get a good look down there. I talked to Kyle and then got most of the way down there and peeled around, but I'm sure Steven's here.
Kyle Hurst made his Dirt Cup debut 20 years ago at the 2005 Jim Raper Memorial Dirt Cup. So
Doesn't feel like that long ago. Now you say 20 years ago. We're getting old, Caleb.
Goes quick.
It does.
Bud Kading has been to Dirt Cups many years. He's been on the podium, in fact, as well, as he goes outside row number 1 with Shiramonte.
Off at turn number 4, a pair of California natives bring us to green. Braden Shiramonte and Bud Kading when we're underway. How about the start there, Caleb Hart?
Yeah, Bud Kading up and around, protecting the bottom groove and getting there quickly. But Colin Mackey, that kid has absolutely zero fear, driving around the outside of the Outmanode 7-0. He's gone 4-1, but we've got bad, naughty lights on.
Joel Myers Jr. has stopped in turn number 2, bringing out the yellow, driving the Willie Kane 4.
Where this caution came out is going to be paramount.
Yes.
For this, if your leader +1 was passed, we should be a completed lap. If we were not, it's going to go back to a 2x2 restart.
Yeah, and you got to get the whole on a start. You got to get the whole field through to count the lap. So it's going to be right there.
That is the rule for main event action, my bad, or through regular racing action. Start, Myers didn't make it. They're going 2x2 again, and Colin Mackey is cursing his luck right now.
Colin doesn't have a whole lot of 410 starts under his belt, so boy, he has been on a tear this year up at Deming in the 600, and then runs a 360 here weekly.
Yep. He's a 5-time feature winner at Deming Speedway on the year.
That sounds right.
Second place in their 600 points. It's no longer an outlaw or a multi-division. If you prefer, it's now an A-class that runs big wings and cockpit adjusters. But Colin's been really, really good.
Well, that's because he's got Eric List spinning the wrenches on occasion, too.
I wouldn't let Eric touch the race car, but that's just me. So second try, and you know that Kading watched that 7-0 go around the top of him coming off the fourth corner and is going to go to school. Bud is one of the most cerebral racers out there.
You know, a guy who's impressed me this year in this heat race is Tyler Thompson has had a great year with NARC so far.
Top 5 in points currently at the moment is Tyler. And give him a second try at this opening lap. And again, with the speed back he had off the top, don't be shocked to see all three of those drivers in and around him go, anything you can do, I'm going to try to do better.
You're darn right.
So second try for Chiaramonte and Kading, Thompson and Mackey Klatt. And now Brent Marks, due to Myers dropping out, goes outside row number 3. That may be highly advantageous for the high roller. Well, give her a second shot. Green flag. That top lane is still really good. As you're going to watch Bud Kading launch and get around Chiaramonte. This time, Mackey doesn't have quite as strong a roll. He'll settle into third as it's Kading, Chiaramonte, and Mackey on the opening lap.
Yeah, Mackey got a little high there on the start. Caleb way high, and it cost him. But Kading went that way. Here comes Braden Chiaramonte rolling the bottom, and he's starting to close back in on Bud Kading, your race for the lead. Good battle for third. Oh, Mackey into the wall.
Yeah, flying the front end. There's the difference in the 410 horsepower versus what he's used to. As both Marks and Solwald rolling in on him down the back chute. Brent Marks and Jason Solwald looking for more points. There's Solwald to the low side of Marks off 4.
Jason Solwald got back to victory lane in the 360 a week ago. Now trying to cash in on some 410 loot. Here comes Brent Marks to the inside. He's got a lift though. Solwald slams the door closed. Now it's back open. Look at the nose swing on Jason Solwald. A little askew on the 18.
He must have tangled with something on his way up and through the field as Marks gets back by him, and Brent says, I need that spot. I'm coming through. So Marks currently holding 5th as he's going to run back down. Colin Mackey top 3 have stretched out quite nicely.
Have to think Brent Marks got some speed tips this past week in Knoxville, Iowa from Jamie Ball and Jacob Engel at the shop. Jamie, the defending 360 track champion in Knoxville. They're good friends. He spent some time there. But how about Bud Kading pulling away from this one?
Looking awfully good. In fact, he is sniffing lap traffic further up in the field as you get a look on screen at Bud. Center cut in your picture there. We're coming into 2 to go, and Kading having a strong heat race here at Dirt Cup.
Yes, he is. Good to see that 29 running back up front here at Skagit. Big invert, but Bud's gaining some confidence and rolling good in that Alviso Rock 29 card. Boy, Braden Chiaramonte for his Skagit Speedway 410 debut looking pretty sporty out there, comfortable up on the high side.
Yeah, he got way up, right rear in the fluff for Chiaramonte, unable to dig and make any ground as Bud Kading looking to add the heat race win. One more set of corners. Job done for BK. Bud Kading wins heat race number 2. Chiaramonte will take second. Third to Thompson. Fourth to Mackey. And fifth to Marks. Calculate the points up. Marks, who started 7th, picks up a couple of spots. Solwald rolling in behind him in 6th. As heat race 2 all finished up. Excited to have you guys in here with us at Skagit Speedway tonight. Is it time to update your HVAC system? Turn to the experts at All Face Heating and Air Conditioning. All Face Heating's been serving Skagit County and beyond for over a decade and specializes in residential upgrades and more. Now the county's only carrier distributor, providing comfort solutions to the community with kindness, integrity, and professionalism. Call All Face Heating and Air Conditioning for a free quote today. Skagit Roofing's been keeping local family homes and businesses safe and dry for over 35 years. Their old school guys do it right with the best materials, workmanship, and customer care. Check out all of their 5-star reviews and awards. Skagit Roofing has been voted the best roofing company and the best of the best Skagit Valley Community Awards for the past 3 years in a row. Their goal, to continue to earn happy customers for years to come. To contact them for a free roof evaluation, check them out at SkagitRoofing.net. That's SkagitRoofing.net. Third heat race hits the track now. Your competitors will line up like this in this 10-car, 10-lap heat race. Pole sitter from Medford, Oregon is Camden Robustelli in car 27C to his outside. It is Caden Steele in the 121. The second row from Collinsville, Pennsylvania, Silence, the high roller, goes off third in the 42 car and to his outside. From Everett, Washington in car number 24, it's Tyler Anderson. In the third row, from Lemoore, California, the Keller Motorsports 2K is Gage Garcia. Outside of Garcia, the Dines Racing number 95, it's Justin Youngquist, starting 6th from Burlington. Jacksonville, Oregon's Tanner Holmes will go off inside row number 4. He starts 7th in the 18T. And another one of the high rollers from the Kubota High Limit Racing Series, Danny Sams III from Northport, Florida, the 24D, will go off 8th. 9th and final starter from Carnation, Washington, in the 29K, Levi Kuntz will start all by himself in the final row.
If you have a black Hyundai Elantra from the 90s, it's plate BGT 4274, a black Hyundai Elantra BGT 4274. Your car, it's got 2 dogs in it. It's not running.
Oh,
so
it may soon to be a damaged black Hyundai Elantra.
Hopefully you can get out there and get that handled. The points, Caleb Hart.
Yes.
Let me pull that up. High Pointman through 2 heat races, still Trey Starks at 294. Jason Solwald second at 280. Brett Marks is third at 276. Colton Heath fourth at 275. And Robbie Price at fifth at 262. Eric Fisher 6th. Levi Klatt 7th. Joe Myers Jr. is 8th. DJ Neto 9th. And Colin Mackey rounds out the top 10. And you nailed it. James McFadden through 2 heat races. He sits 11th, so he's going to be right on that cut line, one to keep an eye on. 19 cars have taken heat races, so we're starting the cut line now, Caleb.
Yep. Third of 5 heat races up right here. You know Lynch is going to be digging for spots early and often, and this one is Cy.
Debut?
Yeah. Debut at Skagit Speedway. We'll see him coming up later, Labor Day weekend, for the Skagit Nationals with the Kubota High Limit Sprint Car Series. But valuable seat time and money to be made if he can start coming forward. And Danny Sams, a whale of a qualifying lap in a good spot, but still got to move forward in this heat race.
Got to earn those points here.
We're green. Into turn number 1, Robustelli down on the bottom from the high side. Caden Steele, he's been here before. He knows what momentum looks like at Skagit Speedway. He'll drive into the lead off the 4th corner on lap 1. And here comes Youngquist from 6th to 4th already, and he's looking for more.
JY knows the high side, and he's on the move. And the Dines Motorsports 95, our most recent 410 winner, Justin Youngquist, now into the 2nd spot. Boy, he is on the chip on the high side. Good battle for 3rd. Here comes Cy Lynch, move him to 3rd. Oh, big smoke out of the 42.
Hopefully it's just a line that let loose and he'll be able to hang on for 7 more circuits around Skagit Speedway. Lynch up on the top, throwing out the 007 smoke show in behind him and making it hard for Robustelli to see through. Cameron will sit 4th, and now Lynch to the bottom. Youngquist slowed up that time around, side by side for the 2nd spot. Up on the top is Justin Youngquist. Cy Lynch running him down.
Yeah, Cy Lynch starting to rope him in. The Mercedes Motorsports 42 is getting comfortable out there in his maiden laps here. First heat race at Skagit, making the bottom look good here, Caleb Hart.
I need a whole bunch of quarts of new oil in that machine, but that's all right. A heat race moving forward is good for Cy, although he started 3rd, is running 3rd. The big mover is Youngquist 6 to 2, but Youngquist a long ways back from that guy. Caden Steele looking awfully good.
Danny Sams has made his way up to the 5th spot, the fastest car in this heat race at his first ever heat race at Skagit Speedway. But how about Caden Steele, a NARC winner at Tulare and Twin Features about a month ago? And that was a fun one as he got out of the car and ran across victory lane Ricky Bobby style. And boy, he's about to pick up a big heat race win here.
Guy's got a lot of talent, good equipment. Is this the night that it comes together for him? Kind of like the Dominic Gordon breakout party last year. Caden Steele looking good in front. He's going to score a full 100 points here if he can make one more lap around Skagit Speedway. And Youngquist going to make a pile of points towards his effort if he can hang on for 2nd. Down the back straightaway, and your heat race winner is Caden Steele. Score another one for California. Youngquist 2, Lynch 3. Holmes gets 4, and 5 to Sam. So Tanner Holmes 7 to 4. Good points there. And Danny Sams the 3rd, 8 to 5. Some of your guys who timed in awfully well found a lot of speed in the 3rd of 5 heat races. A look at Caden Steele as he will take an extra lap around to cool off in the Tarleton & Sons Motorsports 121. All right, Blake is back, jamming through the points matrix to find out where everybody is sitting here as we're 3 of 5 heat races down, 2 10-lap heat races still to go to earn points at the Jim Raper Memorial Dirt Cup. You take a look, Skagit Speedway, our racetrack, first opened up in 1954. That's right, we have got 71 years around Skagit Speedway here. Dirt Cup in its 53rd edition. As we get our cars ready for the 4th heat race, we'll let you know who the competitors are as 9 cars are ready to gas her up and go again. Pole sitter in this one is our former track champion Chase Getz out of Snohomish, Washington in car number 91, and to his outside from Redding, California in the 2XM is Max Mitry. Row number 2, the 7-time Silver Dollar Speedway track champion Sean Becker driving the 7 out of Oroville, California. To his outside, it is the 2021 Dirt Cup champion. The driver is Dominic Selzy from Fresno, California in the 41. Row number 3 to the inside from Fremont, California, the Matt Wood Racing 17W of Shane Golobic. Outside him, it's the other 17 car in the field, the Smith Adrian Motorsports entry of Cam Smith, starting 6th. Row number 4, the Rudine Racing Angel of the Winds Casino, number 26 from Monrovia, Indiana, Justin Peck from the Kubota High Limit Racing Series. He'll start 7th in this, and to his outside, the only guy who could stop James McFadden on the fastest 5 days on the way up to Dirt Cup from Arlington, Washington, the 21 of Jesse Schlattfeld starts 8th. 9th and final starter, one of our 360 competitors jumping up for the weekend out of Oak Harbor in the 51. It's Dustin Gehring. 9 cars, 10 times around. Blake's got the headset back, so 3 down, 2 to go. Cut line has been established. Where are we at, Blake?
Stark still at 294. Danny Sam's now second at 284. Third, Jason Sowell at 280. Fourth is Tanner Holmes, 277. And Brent Marks fifth at 276. Then Colton Heath 6th. Justin Youngquist 7th. Robbie Price 8th. Eric Fisher 9th. And Levi Klatt 10th in the 77 right now. Bud Kading 238 is the cut line for heat race and B main. So obviously Bud going to be.
Yep.
Now it's just waiting to see where he starts in the B.
Right. Shows you how important, and it's not going to put him into the A feature in a lock-in by any means, but can you imagine if Bud hadn't won the heat race?
And James McFadden's right there, 14th. Up in the seat and go, right, Caleb Hart?
Indeed. Our Ford Performance Ford Bronco, the Pace SUV, Pace vehicle out and making its Skagit Speedway debut tonight with another 9 drivers, their chance to make points here in the heat race. It is an accumulated points format. They're going to take the points from tonight. We're going to do the same thing all over again tomorrow night. Gates open at 5, racing at 7. FloRacing broadcast should hit the air about 5:30 Pacific Standard Time. So if you're budgeting that in, that's 8:30 on the East Coast for night number 2.
Saves you the questions.
Absolutely. And what that's going to do, we're going to stack the second night of points on top of the first night of points that we're getting here tonight. 4 cars will lock into the pole shuffle for Saturday. And then Saturday, everybody from positions 5 through 47 are going to qualifiers.
It's going to be fun.
Yeah.
It's going to be fun.
Chase Getz needs this heat race win. Max Mitry coming down. They almost bang wheels as we come to green.
Green flag flying. Oh, Sean Becker, hang on. Here comes Dominic Selzy on the high side. Selzy on the move. He'll take 3rd, but the battle for the lead's a good one in turn number 3.
Haven't had anybody come any deeper than that first row so far. Gets up on the top. Mitry trying to take it away from him down low. Max Mitry makes the pass. Gets looked across under. Couldn't make the move down the back straightaway.
Here comes Shane Golobic. He'll go after Dominic Selzy for the 3rd spot. Golobic to the inside of the NAS Energy Drink 17W. Good battle for 3rd in turn number 2.
Oh, good battle for the lead again as Getz was not giving up. He's rolling the bottom groove and making some ground on Mitry with 3rd and 4th looming in behind him. All 4 spots still up for grabs here in the heat race. Mitry getting away a bit as Golobic across the front bumper. They make contact at the exit of the turn.
A little bit of contact, a little bit of love between Dominic Selzy and Shane Golobic. Golobic right back in the saddle going after Selzy. Selzy hanging on to the spot. Meanwhile, Max Mitry pulling away, taking advantage of that clean air as we close on halfway.
There is your your quick time guy in the heat race, starting 8th, and Jesse Schlattfeld. And Schlattfeld outside the top 5, but looking to make some ground. He's got a bead on Cam Smith coming through the turn as Selzy will get away from Golobic. We're over halfway home now, 6 down, 4 to go in heat race number 4. Up top, Mitri making good laps around Skagit Speedway. He has distanced himself from Getz, trying to improve his starting spot for later on in the evening. Selzy has gotten away from Golubic. He's trying to reel in the 91 of Getz, but making very little progress, as this time by we're down to 2 to go, and slower traffic looms in front of the field.
Max Mitri going to face a little bit of lap traffic there with Dustin Gehring. He's able to get around Dustin and start to pull away, but man, Chase Getz, he's trying to wrangle that 91 car a couple of times nearly sideways, but he's done a good job hanging on to that. Here comes Dominic Selzy closing in, but Caleb, is there enough time left for the white flag flying?
I mean, it's .28 around the middle of Skagit Speedway. That's going to go by quick as a button. Through on goes the 2X of Max Mitri, and Mitri takes the win. Getz will hang on over Selzy. Golubic holds off Smith in your run for the top 5. Selzy started in position number 4, so 1 spot better than his starting. Golubic started 5th, goes to 4th. Smith 6 to 5. It's not a ton of movement, but good racing there in the 4th of 5 heat races. Racetrack widening and expanding as we continue to look for big point scores and through here at night number 1 of the Jim Raper Memorial Dirt Cup. 1 heat race left to go. It is filled with drivers from all over. Front row particularly loaded in this next one, as the sun dipping behind a cloud and giving us all a respite here in the grandstands. Nice Skagit County night in Alger, Washington. Engines fire, your lineup for heat race number 5. Landon Brooks sits on the pole from Rio Oso, California. He's in the Bates Hamilton Motorsports 21L. To the outside, it's the Wheatley Motorsports number 45. Visalia's Corey Eliason, the driver, starting 2nd. Row number 2 from the inside, Tucson, Arizona's Nick Parker in the 15 goes off position 3. And outside of him, starting 4th from Enumclaw in the 19, it's Colby Thornhill. Inside 3rd row, Vancouver's Luke Didiak, the 9A. Outside of him, Fresno, California's Mariah Eade started in position 6 in the 14 car. Row number 4, it is the Dirt Cup champion from 2023, the Mitri Motorsports 2X from Aromas, California, Justin Sanders. Outside of Justin, Scott Boguski, 5th quick on the night from McLarenville, South Australia, in car number 78. Ashley Johnson, the 0 from Cedar Woolley, your 9th place starter, 9 cars, 10 more laps, 100 points to the winner. Heat race 5 of 5 here at Skagit Speedway. Well, Blake, 4 down and 1 to go. Where are we at?
McFadden 294, Danny Sams 284, Jason Solwald 280.
Starks 294.
Or Starks 294, yeah, geez, sorry
You're
about
thinking
that.
one thing, saying the other. It's all good.
Yeah, Jesse Schlottfelt now 4th, 279. Tanner Holmes 5th is 277. Right now, Gage Garcia, 2K, has 245 points on the cut line. James McFadden sits 19th. Dominic Selzy 18th. DJ Neto is 16th. Some cars to watch on the fringe of either going to be on the back of the B or the back of the A, and potentially Shane Golubic staring at maybe a front row starting spot in the A main. We'll see how this one goes.
Where's B-Walks and the live timing and quick updates has it for us right away, right?
He's fast.
Free you up to continue doing talky things.
He's fast.
All right, so 2 by 2 they go, and take a look at this group out in front. Brooks and Eliason, the car that Brooks raced last year, to the outside of him.
Won with here.
Yes, indeed. Week number 3 of our competition last year, and Landon Brooks put a absolute you-know-what kicking on the field.
He was up over 10 seconds at one point.
Landon had a really good fastest 5 days.
Yeah.
But he is looking to punctuate it with feature wins. That's what you're after.
It's a sharp-looking car. I like the look on that.
Colby Thornhill's got a real opportunity here as well.
Yes, he does.
Green into the corner. Brooks will slide across the groove. It's a good turn under. Crossover move by Eliason will beat him into the bottom of turn number 3.
Justin Sanders nearly around, tagged the wall with the right rear, nearly went around, lost a couple of spots there, Caleb Hart. Good battle for the lead, though.
Thornhill threw a bomb at Nick Parker. Parker countered it and got away with him, as he's going to go down and go for the second spot now. Brooks kind of in the muddled middle. Parker right there. Nick Parker, the guy moving forward. He's into second in the 15.
How about that? The pride of Tucson, Arizona on the move up into the second spot, but here comes Landon Brooks. Brooks back down to the inside. Battle for second off of turn number 4.
Going to school and seeing if he can make the low side work. Brooks could not retake position 2. Thornhill sits in 4th. That's Didiak, then Boguski, who's gone 8 to 6. Nice little run starting for Scott, but if he wants more points, he's going to have to get by the 9A.
Yeah, Scott's had a good season at Knoxville Raceway. It's right around 5th in points. It's sprint car capital of the world. He'll pick off Luke Didiak and give him 3 more points, and now sets his sights on Thornhill. But the battle for that second spot picking up once again. Landon Brooks down to the inside. Nick Parker slides across the nose. Parker cuts underneath. They're side by side down the backstretch for second.
It's almost like a replay of opening lap, except for Brooks got down into corner number 3 to slam the door closed. Landon Brooks back to second. Nice scramble by Landon. Good read of the racetrack is now for 4th. Thornhill on the high side. Boguski trying down low with 4 to go.
Meanwhile, Corey Eliason is absolutely gone. He's taking advantage of the battle for second, waving goodbye to the field. A 3-second lead for the Shannon Wheatley on 45 car, but the battle for second's been good, and now a battle for 4th starting to pick up. Boguski starting to challenge Colby Thornhill off of turn number 4.
Scott Boguski wants more points. It's a long haul out here from the Midwest, and he is trolling the low groove on Thornhill, and we know how much Colby loves the top, but he will move if he has to. Gets a little snug on the cushion, rolls it off, and here comes Boguski down to 1 to go for the final points in the heat race.
Can Scott Boguski pick up 3 more points? Thornhill washes up the hill. Boguski's right there down to the inside. Wheel to wheel for that 4th spot off of turn number 4. Scott Boguski giving 3 more points at the line.
Front of the field was pretty well decided with Elias and Brooks and Parker, but Boguski now with the 8 to 4 run, just like Starks did, and that might advance him some spots coming up here in the main, or as it is, set him further back in our 16-car invert, but points are all that matters. You'll have 30 laps of the A main to make those up. As your race winner, Corey Eliason, looking really good in one of the more underappreciated fast sprint cars in the country. Shannon Field's good equipment, and Corey Eliason just proved it by wiring this field something strong in the 5th and final heat race of the night here for the Car-Mart USA 410 Sprint Cars. Next up on the program are the CGE Garage Midgets, part of the Ford Focus Midget program, as they will roll onto the racetrack next for what should be a couple of heat races worth of action. Thank you, fans, for being here tonight at Skagit Speedway. Night number 1 of 3 of the Jim Raper Memorial Dirt Cup, the 53rd running thereof, presented by the Angel of the Winds Casino Resort. As the Ford Performance Ford Bronco picks up a pace vehicle rider. Midgets on track